Alrighty, hello YouTube, ZShadow64 here, back again with another Eternal Arena video, and in this one we are going to be discussing the Guild War preparation phase. So Guild War is probably the single most complicated event in this game, just to be honest, and that's because there's a bunch of different phases to it and a bunch of different options that you have to go in and mess around with, and it confuses a lot of people. So hopefully this video will kind of help clear things up. So I'm going to try to make this as detailed as possible. So once you hit Guild, you're just going to want to go down to the Guild War tab here and click that. And you won't immediately be taken to this screen. You might see a registration button if you haven't registered yet. So just go ahead and click that, and that'll ensure that your guild is going to be participating in the following guild battle. So with that being said, the registration periods are actually on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on these 3 days, just make sure that you go in and register your guild so that it will be able to participate in the following day's guild battle, which obviously will be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And the actual guild battle takes place between 20 and 22 server time. So just keep that in mind. And with that being said, it's really nice and unique having 3 guild battles a week as opposed to the traditional 1 guild battle a week. This actually allows you to kind of formulate better strategies quicker. Now, after you hit the register button, you will have access to all these tabs under Guild War. So the first thing that you're going to want to make sure that you get set up is who you want your captains to be. So it automatically selects 10 captains randomly according to power. So it just goes down, it basically goes down the list of all your members, finds the 10 best or 10 highest power individuals in your guild and puts them here. So if you want to swap out a captain, all you got to do is select their avatar, and then you can go through and pick someone else to be captain if that particular person for whatever reason can't participate or may have any other type of reason why they may not be able to be a captain. You can easily swap them out. And if you want to see that member's rune setup and heroes, just go ahead and click their name. But once they're highlighted, all you do is hit confirm, and it'll swap them out. So that's pretty self-explanatory. But what is a captain? Let's talk about what captains, what their part is in the Guild War. So it's pretty much difficult to explain in this particular phase, because in the next phase is when the captains actually come into play. But I'll try and explain it to the best of my ability. So essentially, a captain has the ability to select 4 other members from the guild to participate in their particular battle. Each captain will have their own individual battles, and they have to do 5 separate battles that day once Guild War takes place. Each captain does 5 battles. So in those 5 battles, it's essentially a 5v5. So it's going to be the captain and the 4 members that they selected to join the battle with them. And basically, these guild wars are a combination of the duel arena and trials. So as you know, in trials, you basically defeat a wave and then go on to the next wave with whatever health that you have left. So that's basically how this 5v5 match works. If you successfully take out one of the 5 enemies, you will then go on to the next duel with whatever health that you have left. And then if let's say you lose that next duel, then another member of your team will step in and join the battle, and then he keeps going until he loses. So that's basically how the guild wars work in this game. And like I said, I'm just this is mainly just talking about the preparation phase, but captains do have to do with the preparation phase, so I want to make sure everybody understands what the captains are all about. So now, when we first unlocked Guild War, we thought only the captains had to pick their formations, but that's not the case, because captains are choosing members of the guild to participate in the guild war as well, even if you're not a captain. So captains also can't select captains to join their parties as well. So it's just anybody who is not a captain gets chosen to be in the captain's party. Now, with that being said, that means everybody in the guild should be going to the Guild War tab, hitting battle, and setting up their formation, because what it comes down to is when the captains are going through the list of members to choose for their party, they obviously don't want to pick a member that has a crappy rune setup that hardly even applies to the Guild War. So, make sure that you're going through and you're picking a sensible rune setup and a sensible hero setup. So obviously a captain is not going to want to pick somebody that has all tanks, because that's going to be a very crappy choice for this particular game mode. So I would basically choose like a duel setup. The same setup that you have for a duel is what you can go with if you're having a hard time deciding what to choose. And then you can also go and click the formation button here and choose how you're going to have your heroes set up for this particular guild war. And you can also choose to have a hero come in 4 seconds after the battle begins. So if maybe you have a squishier hero who dies instantly, you might want to have them just come in 4 seconds later after the chaos has dimmed down a bit. Because as you know, right at the start of a battle, the computer just automatically unleashes all the hero skills possible, and it's all chaotic right at the start. Okay, and then you can also go in and swap out equipment. So if you might have a different equipment set up for your hero for duels than you do like Goblin Hunt or something else. So you can go in and just change that out, and it won't affect any of the other equipment setups that you have in other modes. So keep that in mind. Well, actually, let me double check that real quick, because I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. So I'm going to change this to a different item, a purple item, and let me see if that changes. Oh, okay, so it does change. And let me just double verify that in this as well. Okay, so all right, it does change everything. So that's nice to know. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so I guess keep that in mind as well. And I know I said I didn't want to drag this video out too much, but I just wanted to verify how that worked. Okay, so I'm even learning something in this video. So yeah, that's that. You got the formation. You can swap out your heroes. You can change change out the gear. You can also come down here and swap out the runes as well. So yeah, just set it up like you would a duel. And then next thing we have is replays. So you can come in here and see the last battles that took place and how they all went down and everything for each of your members that participated in the battle. And then you also got the enemies heroes as well and perspectives and everything. So then also at the top here it has the results, the max points that that you were able to achieve that day, and then you got the leaderboards, which is basically the total points for that season. Now that's another thing that we can talk about as well. So basically every 2 weeks a new season starts. And at the end of a season, you have a chance to get one of 3 different manners here. Now, I actually haven't had a chance at seeing how the manners go as far as obtaining one. So once I get that information, I'll be able to better tell you guys how all this works. Now. Then last but not least, we have, let me see here, so Guild War. Last but not least, we have the live feed. Now this is only accessible during the Guild War when it's actually taking place. So that would be between 20 and 22 server time. And that's pretty much it for this particular period. I'll go into more detail with the captains and stuff in the formation period tomorrow once that takes place. Now, as far as choosing captains, I wanted to save this little tidbit for the end. So this is just a tip for how you could choose your captains the first time around. So it's a good idea to have your guardian summoned at around the same time Guild War takes place, which is between 20 and 22 server time. And the reason for that is because you can actually go to the info tab, go to your participation log. I like to just set it to monthly, and then organize it by guardian. And because your guardian will hopefully be summoned around the same time that Guild War is taking place, this gives you a for sure idea of the people who are able to get online around the same time Guild War will be taking place. So these obviously will be excellent choices for Guild War because you know for sure that they're able to get on at that particular time of day. Because if they can get on for Guardian, then they can get on for Guild War because it's going to be around the same time. So there's no excuse. So that's just a little good tip. And it's also good to have Guardian summoned around that time anyway, because obviously if members want to contribute to the guild, they have to get on around that time. So that's just an extra little side tip. Hopefully it'll help you guys out in choosing your captains and everything. So thank you guys. Whew, sorry, I've done this video like 100 times, and I think I finally got it good. But if there was anything I missed, or if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section down below. And like I said, there's obviously a lot of information I didn't discuss because that will only be accessible during that phase tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and do my best to knock out every single phase very thoroughly for you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how that all works out. So yeah, hope this video is very informative for you guys and kind of clear things up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.